All right, so we finally got the answer for our regional manager. They have approved it, and so this change order status in this case will be set to ready to submit to the GC. So at that point, you can do a couple of things. What I typically do is I'll print out the PCO cover letter. So you can click on this button here. It'll initiate the Conga process, and you can download a Word template of a sample document that you can send to the GC. It helps you sort of wordsmith it a little bit better. And the next thing I would do is essentially take all of the drawings that you would submit, any subcontractor detail that you used. By clicking the download link, you can download those and send them out. And then you can also send the allocated estimate to the GC. All as PDFs. You can zip them or do whatever you typically that your GC requires. But at least at this point, you've got all the information you need. The regional manager had all the information he needed in a nice little package for him to approve. And so the next step is to go ahead and contact the GC through whatever method that the GC wants to contact. You want to be contacted by. So at that point, we play a rating game, and we'll follow up. Your regional managers, I'm sure, will follow up as well. But once the approved change order comes in, we can do some further down processing. So with the magic of cinematography or technology, the GC has gotten back to us in this case, and he has approved the entire amount. It's amazing. So in this case, I'm going to do a couple of things. I put the change order into edit mode, and I put the approved amount to the GC. And then my change order number, which is the GC's change order number, we'll call it 123-ABC, for example. Save it. And then the next thing I need to do is, since my amount was approved by the GC, I need to document the actual approved amount versus the submitted amount that I sent. So the next thing that I need to do is, if you recall in the previous step, I had all these change order lines that contained all the monetary information. The next step I need to do is to go ahead and copy them by clicking on the copy button. And what we're going to do is we're going to change that particular line. If you go down to my change order, you'll see that change order line 380 was created. And I need to go and edit that line and do a couple of things that helps out the accounting department. It's a process that we do anyway, but this is a little bit easier. You want to change the line type to as approved, because this will be the approved amount. And then now that I've previously gone through the steps of putting the money in the correct buckets, I can now add the phase codes and partition this information to help people do their budget maintenance, which eliminates the need for you to have to do a budget maintenance spreadsheet. So in this case, I'm going to tie it to this change order in my labor. And this is pulling phase codes from Timberline and or any other system. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to select a single phase code. But as you know, there are multiple phase codes that you'd be able to partition this. And let's, for argument's sake, let's go ahead and add another phase code, but partition the semi 50-50, for example. And then we did something like, we could do a percent allocation, like so. Or you could do a monetary allocation. Of course, you're probably going to break that out a little bit more, the general liability, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So I've got my units, got my sales price, got my money for equipment to this phase code, labor to this phase code, materials to these two phase codes, subcontractors to that. Oh, no phase code there. Got my phase code. So, all right, everything's got a phase code. Wonderful. So go ahead and save it. And go back. And I've got my price, got my cost, got my approved amount in here, which is great. It hits our financials. Got my margin as approved. I have pretty much documented everything that needs to be documented about this particular change order. The last step is to send it to accounting so they can go ahead and do the budget maintenance and update the contract amount. So I'll change from ready to submit to approved by GC. And at that point, you're done. That kicks off an email to the accounting department that notifies them that they have to do a budget maintenance, and you're done.